There guys, Granite Gaming here. Welcome back to Journey to Mars. This is episode 19. It's a huge milestone. Well, actually one episode before episode 20, which is a huge milestone, but we'll talk about that the next episode. So, I know I have been off YouTube for quite a while, even though I'm not. I'm a daily viewer, but I haven't been uploading as much. I can talk about that in episode 20, or I might do an update episode. Just nothing. It's not gonna have the title Journey to Mars. It'll just be an update on my channel. So yeah, that can cover everything that's been going on. This episode will be about the Perseverance rover. I have done just a little bit of research, not too much, because I want to talk a little bit about how the first Mars mission, or the first mission with actual people in the rocket, and what they will do when they get to Mars. So, the day I'm recording this is on the 13th of March, and the time I'm recording this is 2 past 9 p.m. It's also a Saturday, so no school today, which was fun. Right, so Perseverance rover. So when I was just sitting alone in the dark watching very old clips of YouTube on TV, which is the 30th of July 2020, NASA decided to send a rover to Mars called the Perseverance, and it was launched on that day, and it landed on the 18th of February 2021. And if you follow my Instagram, you know I didn't do a countdown till when it landed. I just pointed out some dates of how many days left till it landed on my story. My Instagram link in the description. So what his job is to find like traces of ancient life and to collect rock samples. So it's gonna collect rock samples, and it's gonna stay there for until the first manned mission to Mars. And what they will do is just collect them, put them in the box, and just leave it there until they get back to Earth, which will be a roughly about 5 to 6 month journey going to Mars, and another 5 6 months coming back. So in total, those samples will be in a ship for nearly a year. So the ship that Perseverance left Earth was on the Atlas V. A pretty modern ship. Not too well. It wasn't that fancy. Just that it was containing the Perseverance rover. The rover is actually 10 feet. Well, it's about 10 feet wide, or the size is 10 feet. And what it's doing is, it's what the Apollo astronauts are doing, but without the actual astronauts being there. So it's on Mars, it's collecting samples, it has a drill which it drills down into the ground, and it's searching. It's just searching for dirt, some rocks, and traces of ancient life. So all of the Apollo missions, or the successful Apollo missions, the astronauts were there for a short period of time, and for some of that time, they were collecting moon soil, moon dust, and collecting samples. So what this rover is doing is what they are doing, but without them being there. I think I just repeated what I just said. Yeah, I'll let that stay in. And well, that's basically all I've researched. So now it's just gonna come from my own knowledge now. So this piece of paper can just go over there. So I think, well, what's probably going to happen is when the first ship actually manages to land on Mars, they'll have an actual pinpoint location of where the rover is, or where it has put all its samples, and they're just gonna run to the samples, pick them up, run back, and supply it to the ship. That will basically be part of its mission, because Perseverance, in its time until the ship, or the manned mission ship, will reach Mars, will probably collect a lot of samples, and perhaps this is on a This is not likely, but it will perhaps have some traces of life, or probably microscopic life, because if you do research, we all know that there was water on Mars and there is actual ice on Mars, and for some time the ice on Mars was actual liquid, and we all know how life on Earth started when organisms, microscopic organisms, were flourishing in the water. And so, if Perseverance does actually find microscopic fossils or little samples of millions of years of old, oh, well, that didn't make any sense. But if Perseverance does find ancient life particles or ancient fossils, it'll most likely store it if you think about it, because that will actually prove that there was life on Mars, and it can prove that we can eventually live on Mars. Because if Mars was able to sustain life, it can sustain us if we be very careful on Mars. Because if we do everything on Mars that we are doing here, like climate change, we don't want the same thing to happen on Mars. Right now we do, because on Mars the atmosphere is very dense and it's very cold there, and without a spacesuit and no oxygen, obviously the astronaut will perish. But if the surface temperature does rise a little bit and the actual ice caps do melt, that would be a huge leap for mankind to, or a huge dive for mankind to take in its oceans. And basically, that's all I have on knowledge about the Perseverance rover. I should have done a lot more research, but I wanted to put this video out as soon as I can, because I kind of left for about 3 months without telling you guys at all. Oh well, some of my audience do know why I haven't posted much, but for all the worldwide viewers that I do not have, I left because I wanted to focus a bit on myself, because I've been posting out these videos and actually not doing that much work on on the work to actually becoming a Martian. So I thought maybe I'll take a couple months off, study a little bit, work a bit harder, and then come back and post a, a huge welcome back video, which is likely going to be less than 10 minutes long. And it doesn't really matter, because I just want to put this video out, tell you guys that Journey to Mars is not dead. And so I'll just end it on that, because I will do an update video on that. So if you like the video, it's completely your choice. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It's pretty much your choice. If you want to put down a comment, go ahead, no one's stopping you. Write down anything you want there, literally anything. Ask for a shout out. I'll probably shout you out, because I haven't got any shout out comments yet, which is fine. But if you want to shout out, go ahead, because I'll most likely do it. And on that note, I'm gonna say goodbye.